first exercise here. I call it unleashing your inner movie editor. Imagine if you could step back from your movie and you took the role of editor. So instead of acting in the movie like we normally do, you kind of just step back and begin to edit the movie. You know, think about it. If you were to go to a movie, what do you think would happen in a movie if you edited or changed the way it's filmed? For instance, in close-ups versus panoramic views, making it dark or bright, making it colorful or kind of dark and obscure. What would happen if you edited that? That's right. The entire feeling of the movie or experience of the movie would change. In the same way, by editing your internal movie in many of these aspects, it should change the experience that we have in our life. So the exercise we're going to do today is going to be to do exactly that. We are going to sort of edit some of the movies that we run in our lives. So let's try a simple exercise of changing how your internal movie is filmed, and let's see how much it changes how we feel. I want you to start by taking out a sheet of paper and a pen. Or if you don't have one, that's okay. Just follow along. You might not have one in front of you, but just take out something that you can write on or just consider this in your mind. All right, so I do want you to identify one situation in your life that you're not satisfied with, that you're discouraged about, or you're generally unhappy with. And I want you to write it down or just consider it. And on a scale of 1 to 10, how intense or how unsatisfying is it? Okay? Now I want you to imagine that situation like a movie in your mind. Okay, I want you to imagine a big movie screen in your mind and that situation is playing out. Now let's start identifying the elements or the components of the film. Is that film, is it in color or is it in black and white? Write it down. Is it framed, meaning is it in a little frame, or is it panoramic, meaning it's just all around you? Write that down. Is it close up or is it far away? Is it still or is it moving? Like, is it still like a freeze frame or is it moving like a regular movie? Is it bright or is it dark? Is it clear, like HD clear, or is it blurry? Is it silent or is it loud? And if it is loud, where's the sound coming from? Hey, are you watching it from the front seat, like really up close, or are you all the way in the back row? So we're going to do now that you've written all that down, that's the movie that you're running right now of this unsatisfying situation in your life. By editing the internal movie, we're going to change the feelings that are associated with this situation. And the great part is by changing how you feel about the situation, you'll probably act differently about the situation. Okay? So let's start changing this movie for us, okay? Let's begin editing our movie so it comes out completely different. If it's in color, the movie that you played, I want you to change it now to black and white, or vice versa. If it's panoramic, I want you to frame it. All of a sudden stick it in a frame. Or if it's framed, I want you to break it out of its frame and make it panoramic. Whichever one, vice versa. In other words, the opposite of the one that you actually see it in your mind. Is it close up? I want you to make it far away. Or is it far away? I want you to make it close up. Is it moving? Well, I want you to make it still. And if it's still, make it moving. Is it bright? I want you to make it dark. Or if it's dark, go ahead and make it bright as you can. If it's clear, make it blurry. If it's blurry, make it clear. If it's loud, make it silent, like just silent, all the noise is just silent. Or if it's a silent film, I want you to add noise, even music or sound to it, etc. Now go ahead and run that movie with all these different elements. How intensely does the situation feel now on a scale of 1 to 10? You probably feel differently, don't you? That's the great part about this. By changing the internal movie, editing it, the elements of the movie, it changes the feelings that are associated with the movie. So you end up changing your state. And you can do this exercise every day for all the different things that are going on in your life.